Alright, how's it going, folks? It is Wits NFL. We are back again. This time for something a little bit different. A guide, if you will, to a Brawlers guide. We'll say a Brawlers guide to an early push. How do I make it work? If you are watching this video, there's a good chance that one, you watch my channel and see some of my videos and you're like, how the fuck's this guy get away with this shit? Or two, you may have seen the video that Zarkoon recently featured of mine in the Yamato, where I made a very early push, and I absolutely demolished the enemy team with it. Might be thinking, well, it's just luck, but I did it again. Actually, less than a week later in the Yamato, my most recent Yamato video, I broke 300,000 damage. So I actually did even better than I did before, and I did the same thing pretty much. There is a degree of what map am I on? Can I make it work on the map I'm on? There's a degree of sometimes luck, but I think that video was a lot less luck than you may think, and more so me knowing what's out there for the most part and knowing what to expect. I would not have taken the route I did if I did not know what I knew about the map. So, with that said, I'm going to show you how to make an aggressive push early on in a battleship. I'm not saying do this all the time. I don't do it all the time. And it's not always going to work, but it does work a pretty good degree of the time. For the most part, I am doing at least my job as a battleship captain. I'm supporting my teammates. I'm getting rid of the threats that need to get rid of. And I'm having fun doing it, which I think is probably the most important thing about this game is, are you having fun with it? And this is how I have my fun with the game, is aggressive pushes and battleships. That's kind of my thing. So, I'm going to take out probably my favorite ship at Tier 7, the Vittorio Veneto. I don't think there is a better ship in the entire game for an early push in a battleship. And this is a ship that I, for a while, held the damage record in, or I technically still hold the pre-nerf, or the pre-buff damage record. But that's no longer counted. But it's a record that will never be broken, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm the winner there, you know? But in any case, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to walk you through what I do, what goes through my head when I do this stuff, and how I make it work in my, the ship of choice for me for this kind of thing. So, let's hope we get a match that works, a match that matchmaking, or the map, prefers us. And I will kind of talk to you guys about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and when I might not do it, hopefully. Now we're on Trap. This is one of my absolute favorite maps in the game. I'm so glad they brought it to Legendary Tier. Personally, I think this is a great brawling map. Let's see where we spawn. And we will see how we want to approach this depending on that. I will say, okay, we spawned A. Perfect. This is beautiful. I have a game up on my channel, a little old by now, in the Richelieu, where I soloed an entire flank. We're top tier here. Even more beautiful. They have Udachi though, and it's carrier game, so that's not too preferable. A couple of masses. Other than that, this could be a nice little aggressive one. Where I soloed the entire flank. Literally, my teammates did about 2,000 damage, and within 5 minutes, I had about 160,000 damage, and dev struck 2 battleships from full health back to back within 2 salvos. It was an absolute ridiculous game. So, what I might do is going to depend on what the enemy team does there. I see sometimes where they push around these rocks, in which case I may elect to cut through and kind of sit here and get a crossfire. If they sit in the back, it kind of looks like what this guy's gonna do. There's a Caracciolo as well. That's what I like to see. I actually really like the Caracciolo. It's my favorite ship at Tier 6 by far. But I'm gonna hold my fire for now, and let's see if we can develop a better crossfire. Holding our fire, hoping to get a better shot, and that's about as good as we're going to get it, I would say. Let's take our shot. We're utilizing some concealment here. Get 9,000. Caracholo looks like he's gonna push mid, which I can probably out-brawl him. I'd be upset if I couldn't. And if he does not, I may... I don't know, I don't want to get sandwiched. There we go. We've got the benefit of smoke here. Let's see what the Caracholo does. If he gives us a flat broadside, we'll smack him. Blonder is pushing quick. We gotta be cautious of that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's take that shot. Not what I wanted there. Alright. We're gonna present an angle here. We're gonna let our secondaries do their job. There's a hipper. We can, of course, decide to utilize our concealment and our smoke screen if need be. Which is one of the nice things about this, is because it's like a little bailout button that we have. This guy looks like he's going to be turning around, maybe beaching. We drop our spot. Go ahead and pop our secondary booster here. We're going to hold our fire. He ate a couple of torps, but we definitely need to help our teammate. Now, this guy does not have any guns pointed towards us. At this point in time, we want to make sure to kill him quick before he does. Ooh, this could be problematic. This thing is very much a floating citadel. Ooh, okay. He gets us pretty good there, but let's get him worse. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we have to be careful about the Caracholo, not to give too much of an angle to him. There's the hipper. Not terribly worried about him. That is the nice thing about this ship, is you can present a very, sharp angle, and you'll get nothing off of it if you do. Get him for 10k. This guy may go for the ram or may go for the drive-by. Let's see. We get the hipper with our secondaries. That's what I like to see. We're going to cut in towards him, trying to prevent the angle as much as possible, but with these guns, how quick they relocate, it can be a gamble. But we get a depth strike with a single gun there. So, that is a want trade to me. Now, we've survived, we've taken out 2 of their battleships, our destroyer unfortunately died, but you can take a look at what our teammates doing versus what we're doing. Kind of huddling in the back versus us, who've pushed up far. We have 3 kills, a dev strike, 97,000 damage already. We've not used one of our smoke screens yet, and we have 5 heals to utilize. Enemies in Area B. Go ahead and pop our next heal. This is one of the things I love about the Veneto, is having 6 heals is incredible. I honestly, if they gave us the ability to use the legendary ability that the accuracy build commander has, I may elect to use that over the will to rebuild, because I love my heals. Although it does get to a point where some of it's unhealable. It would be nice if that ability, kind of reduced the amount that was unhealable. For citadel damage and whatnot. So we're spotted. These contested, so that tells us that there is something right there. Just as I thought there would be. Now, one of the nice things about the Veneto, one of the nice uses for the smoke screen, is pushing in nice and close to the destroyers, them wasting their torpedoes on you, and then you show up at a point where they're like, oh shit, he's really close and his secondaries are going to shred me. That is one of my favorite uses for this ship and for its smoke screens. Destroyer's gone. This match is looking good for us. So, why did I push the middle? Because I knew they were going to push out in front of us. Oh boy, our destroyer's gone too. I knew that they were going to push around that corner. I knew they were going to develop a broadside. I had the smoke screen, which I could utilize, and I knew that there was nothing in here because we had our teammates in here. And I saw on the map that they kind of all, for the most part, started pushing into C. So we pop our fourth or our third heal. Now, rather than push through the center here, I may elect to go right. Looks like the two battleships that are left, both of the Massachusetts. Okay. I would bet the carrier is kind of hiding behind an island out there. I'm going to push right. Take a quick, petty little shot at him, and we got nothing. Unfortunate, but it happens. Did that guy shoot us? That guy is running an accuracy build on Massachusetts, and he tried to shoot us. What a little bastard. Now, we don't want to take forever to take this push, otherwise the Odin could die. But the one thing I will say about my pushes is, even if I elect not to push somewhere aggressive quickly, you will be damned. I will be damned before I sit in the back as a battleship captain. I do not do that. I honestly can't remember the last time I've done that. It's not what I do. That's not an effective use of the ship. It's not useful. There's really no reason to be doing that. It doesn't do anything positive for you. So, I would like to get up close to these guys, but I'd like to do it in the right way. So what I'm going to do is, they look to be pushing through the center. I'm going to try and cut in between here, maybe, if they continue their push forward. Although I would bet they're going to let it grind to a halt because of the Odin having torpedoes. So, I may push around to the right here, get a nice little broadside on the massa, and start letting the secondaries light them up. Although he is pushing out pretty good. You know what? I'm going to cut in. Yep, they're pushing right in. That's not really a smart move, but we're going to react to what the teammates do, to what the team does, not what they should do. Another great thing about this ship, of course, is the agility. I love how agile this thing is for a battleship. The rudder shift is amazing, the turning circle is amazing. Odin gets the first massa, very nice. And he looks to be smacking the second massa pretty good. Go ahead and take our, and they killed him. Damn it. Okay. Well, GG's by the Odin, although that did require those guys to push right into torpedoes, which I don't know why they did that. But, I mean, I guess that's the kind of person who runs a accuracy build on Massachusetts. So now that's all that's really left to do is push up and go carrier hunting. Not as much damage as I was hoping to get in this ship, in this game. Because you saw how much potential there was at the start of it. But that's the end of that one. Battle ended. We win it. So 99,971 damage. Pretty solid. Got a close quarters expert, dev strike, 3 kills, 4 citadels, 93 secondary hits. We placed 4th on the leaderboard there, 1787. Not a bad game. Not our best work, but not a bad game, and I think it maybe demonstrates what my thought process is here. I didn't use any smoke screens, mind you. Of course, I always had that option, but I didn't use any smoke screens. Let's go ahead and give you guys another one. I'm going to give you one more in the Amato. We'll see if this one works out. Again, sometimes things work out, sometimes they do not. But Benito is a ship that's designed for brawling. I'm going to show you one that's not, that I've had some great success brawling in. Again, I am not recommending that you do it. I am simply showing you what I do and why it works for me. Walking you through my thought process here. Let's see what my dude Clapper said. I would Clapper, only I got time for this one more, and then I'm done for a little while. I stream with Clapper pretty frequently, those of you who don't watch my channel. Although I stream with Thunder Dace and Swiftly Hammer the most, for sure. Aside from doing solos. I've had a couple of streams with YouTubers. Now, this map I really, really hate. This is kind of one of those maps where everyone just kind of sits in the back and there's not a whole lot to be done as far as a push. A couple options that I could elect to do is push there, but that's probably going to be a destroyer death trap. What I usually do is I push towards C, or towards A, and I'll often kind of cut through A, depending on how the match progresses, because I really hate this side of the map. Now, there is a way to push around it, get aggressive, but this map is a little too open for me. And one of those instances where I don't necessarily have the ability to push. Now, of course, like the Veneto, we have to be careful about the angle we present in the motto. This thing is a floating citadel. You will get removed in a single shot in some cases. And I don't want to do that today. Public. Let's take it. Cut in a little bit. There's the Alaska. We get 18,000 off the pin. Alaska cannot pin our belt at this range. At least he should not be able to. He can get us for 8k, but I can live with that. What I cannot live with is 40k. Kava looks to be pushing in. Get another 20 on the Republic there. Things ain't looking too good for him. Alaska's going to take a shot. Let's go ahead and cut in just a little bit. Oh shit. Damn it. Just trying to get my third gun off there. Got him for about 8-10k, somewhere in that range. Let's try and force this guy back into cover, or otherwise smack him. Now, the nice thing about the Yamato being that far out is he cannot pin our belt at that range. Not seriously, anyway. Public looks like he has died. We're going to go ahead and kite out a little bit. Prevent the Yamato from being able to take any more nasty shots at us. Alaska's back at it again. Go ahead and take a little uneducated guess on the Des Moines there. Maybe we hit him, maybe we don't. Get him for 7k, I'll take that. Okay. Oh, he got us for a Citadel that time. Alright, we're kind of going to use the island a little bit to our advantage here. Before we continue pushing any further. We're going to try and take out the thing that's spotting us. Or, we could use the damage con to drop spot, but I'd much rather kill the Des Moines if we got the opportunity. Get him for 21,000 damage. I will take that. Alright, let's go ahead and push up to the rocks. Drop spot, very nice. Let's get a little bit of will. Move a little bit more towards the battleship. I'm not going to camp Will, but I would like to get Will back up to as much as I can before I pop this next heal. Go ahead and take a little uneducated guess on the Des Moines there. Maybe we hit him, maybe we don't. Get him for 7k, I'll take that. We'll take our shot to get rid of this guy. We just barely miss him, but somebody got him. There is the other Yamato. We are wheeled back up. Okay. Now, long-range Yamato versus us. He has a lot more health than we do at this point. We get him for 20,000 damage. Very nice. We take those. Ooh, they got us pretty good there. Get him for another 20k. Gonna speed up just a little bit so he has a harder time penning us at the cheek. So, the whole thing here is we're not trying to bow tank the Yamato, but going bow on does make it a lot harder to get a Citadel through bow. That is likely going to be our death. Yes, it is. However, we did do our job there. We did 151,000 damage, which is a good game. No matter how you look at it, nobody can tell you otherwise. That's a good game. There are things that you can do, such as get caps, and of course kills are always nice, but at the end of the day, we removed health from the things that needed their health removed. In particular, we did a lot more to that Yamato than he did to us. And we did not sit in the back at max range just kind of sniping. We pushed in the Yamato, which is a ship that everyone tells you don't push in. We did it anyway. Of course, we did not survive, but you don't always have to survive to have an impact on the game. I mean, this game, we won. We did our job in. And again, we removed health from the things that needed their health removed. So, you know, like Zarkun said, bow tanking in Yamato isn't going to get you anywhere. However, it is going to prevent you from taking a Citadel, usually. It's a lot harder to get a Citadel when you're directly bow on versus when you angle slightly because you can shoot for that cheek, such as we did against this guy, getting 2 Citadels and slapping him for 20k a couple of times, whereas he gets us for 4 to 8k. That's a worthwhile damage trade, 100% of the time. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this little look into what I do, why I do it, and how I make pushes like that work. Of course, I can go into depth more on different maps, different ships. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that. And of course, I am experienced. I have a lot of battles at this point. Excuse me. And I'm a pretty good player. I'm not claiming to be the best, but I am definitely better than 90% of the people you're going to meet out there, for sure. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was informative. Kind of gives you an insight into what I do and how I get away with these pushes, how I make them work. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Definitely subscribe. We are just under 400 subs last I checked. Of course, the goal is 1,000. But every 100 is a nice little milestone to get there. I am going to continue on with my promise. 500 subs, I will do a stream with my girlfriend. We are actually at 399 subscribers right now, so next one is our 400th. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.